Ezekiel's chapters 3 and chapter 33 speak of how Ezekiel is a man who is a watchman on the wall. And he is to alert Israel and Judah, the remnant that is left, to turn away from their sins. And like a watchman on the wall who sees danger coming and is to warn his people, so Ezekiel is to warn his as well. To that, I want to send a warning early to everyone starting off this new year. And it's a reading from a book called Surviving the Angel of Death, a true story of a Mengele twin in Auschwitz. From page 46, which says, and I quote, "Older girls, many years after we were all liberated, told us that Mengele had taken them to a lab and given them a transfusion of blood from a boy, and had transfused their blood into the bodies of boys. He wanted to discover a way to change girls into boys and boys into girls. Many of these details I learned 40 years later, such as the twin teenage boys who had some of their private parts cut off in Mengele's quest to see if he could turn them into girls. One of those boys died in his bed right next to his twin, who later said, 'I could feel my brother's body turning cold.'" From a book about a twin who survived Auschwitz, being performed by Dr. Mengele, the Angel of Death. You're talking about a doctor, a Nazi doctor, performing transitioning on kids against their will. Again, I repeat, Ezekiel's chapters 3 and 33. I say this as a watchman on the wall, as someone who considers myself a watchman on the wall, and who very much feels that I have gotten an anointing from God to be a watchman on the wall, which is to say, to send warnings out to people and let them know what's coming down the pipe. You heard me read this book. Page 46, first paragraph. What we are seeing happen in this country today is nothing more, nothing less, as far as certain medical procedures go, than a repeat of what was done under the Nazis in World War II. We cannot let this continue. We cannot let this go on. We cannot let this stay. I say this as a twin and as a Jew. This is not something we want. This is not something we should let continue. This is not something we should let be legal in this country. Things need to change, and they need to change soon. Starting with people getting right with God in every way possible. There's something that needs to be done, and there's something that needs to be said. And if no one's going to say it, then I guess it'll be me. And if this video doesn't get a lot of people's attention, well then, it was meant to get the attention of who it needed to get the attention of. But somebody needs to talk about what's going on in this country today and how it has ties to an evil past and to a sick mad scientist, doctor, quack. What you do with this information is up to you. I would suggest sharing it if you can. If you want a copy of this video, let me know, because I got a feeling it's not going to stay up very long. If it stays up any longer than 24, 48 hours, I'll be surprised. But I'll thank God for it, that people get this information.